Sorry, who are you?
Hello, I'm Hu Tao, director of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Okay, so why would someone from Wangsheng Funeral Parlor be looking for me?
Nothing major. How are you feeling these days? Any aches or pains? You shouldn't ignore them, by the way. Very often they're an omen of something terminal. When we're healthy, it's easy to forget the crushing fragility of life. So, aches and pains, best to keep an eye on them.
What are you getting at? I'm in great health and enjoying life very much, thank you. Go and find some other poor soul. Goodbye.
What the
Why did they get angry? What's wrong with a few earnest health tips?
Paimon thinks it's because they're coming from the director of a funeral parlor.
She literally just did that. She told him that, oh, you might be dying soon. Like, maybe you should think about buying a casket. Like, what the fuck? Of all things to do, she literally just went up to some random guy who owns a restaurant, I think, and then just straight up like, hey, you're gonna die soon, so, you know, might wanna buy a casket. Oh, god. Hu-Tao, what the fuck?
And you are? Be quick. I'm busy.
Hello there. Would you be interested in understanding a bit about our services at the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor?
Wangsheng Funeral Parlor? I'm not in need of your services. So you're out here looking for new customers? Don't you think this might be a bit of a crass way of going about it?
Hardly. Isn't this the fashion these days? Bring the service to the customer and all that.
I'm not sure it's every service that falls into that. Anyway, please bother someone else if you don't mind.
Another failure. Still, not the end of the world.
Paimon's curious. Does this approach ever work out for you?
Well, why, yeah, screw it that way. I'm just gonna hop off the edge.
I know your face. The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor director, right? I'm sorry, I'm really in no need of it.
Don't apologize. Get to know us. We've got a new sale going on. Ever hear the saying, out with the old, in with the new? Well, going out with a bang is the best way to start off in style on the other side.
If you keep talking like this, I'll have to call the Millilith.
No. Okay, relax. We're leaving. But Wangsheng Funeral Parlor awaits your distinguished patronage.
You really don't give up, do you?
Are you trying to make me feel better? Well, thank you. Seems you understand me far better than most people.
Not really.
Not really.
This is just getting really uncomfortable.
Business development? Is that what you see this as? Surely you don't think all that was business development?
Then what was it exactly? Traumatization for its own sake?
No. The business development ended after the discussion with the Adventurers Guild. I was helping to find somebody for Meng. You remember Big G? As it turns out, the Big G that Meng is looking for is a ghost adrift in the mortal realm. The three we saw just now were all people I suspected of being followed by Big G, but having seen them, I didn't sense the presence of anything otherworldly. So we just had a quick chat, and I left it at that.
Why didn't you say so? Paimon thought you had some kind of sixth sense for, people in declining health.
Huh? What would I need that kind of ability for? I'm no doctor. Were you seriously hoping that the director of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was going to start healing people, or...?
Paimon was trying to subtly imply that royalty in a way you'd understand.
Well, let's leave that for now and head back to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. This Big G matter is very closely linked to Meng.
This chick
Meng,
is
I'm
nuts.
back. I'm afraid we're still no closer to finding Big G.
I see. Well, I'm just sorry for the trouble. We've already searched in all the likely places.
Who is this Big G anyway?
I guess I should start at the beginning. My home was in the vicinity of Wuwang Hill. In my youth, I had a good many friends there. Big G was one of them. We were the best of friends. Inseparable, really. But one day, there was an accident. And that was the end of him. I've never forgotten. Too many memories, I suppose. I often return to Wuwang Hill. But recently, after one such visit, I started to feel strange. Now, every night, Big G appears in my dreams. I can't help but wonder, did I disturb him somehow? Perhaps. I don't have proof, but I can't stop worrying. I get more anxious every day. How would I ever come to terms with my childhood friend becoming an evil spirit?
That's why he joined Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. In place of a salary, I'm helping him deal with this matter. And in fact, what Meng has said is entirely plausible. Spirits on occasion do find a way into our world. But as for evil spirits, I think you're scaring yourself. Even I have only encountered malevolent forces a handful of times.
But are you sure there's no danger? I couldn't bear for him to go around harming people.
You see what I mean? Look at the state of him. If we can't find Big G, it'll eat away at Meng forever. Those people we found today were also Meng's childhood friends. I thought there was a good chance Big G might have hidden among them. But here we are, empty-handed.
Wuwang Hill, childhood friends? Seems like we're out of leads.
Sorry, excuse me. Is this Wangsheng Funeral Parlor? My name's Luo Chung. I've had this awful feeling recently, like something's staring at me. Some of my friends and I went to Wuwang Hill the other day on a dare. After I returned home, I fell ill. I've been having recurring nightmares, but the doctors can't find anything wrong with me. I think that it's a curse, right? I've been cursed by a demon.
Say no more. There's no doubt it's a demonic curse, all right, and a serious one at that.
You believe so too? Then it's just like they say in the tales of old. The vengeful spirits of the gods who fell in the Archon War return to cast their evil curses upon mortals. And if the curse isn't lifted, it will burn through the body, laying waste to flesh and bone. Oh, what a wretched end! The symptoms I'm having are just like those described in the tales.
Wuwang Hill? No, I don't think it was a curse. It was probably just Big G.
Hold your horses, both of you. There's no need to creep each other out.
Isn't that exactly what you like to do, though?
Wangsheng Funeral Parlor specializes in demonic stuff like this, right? Help me, I beg you. I'm too young to die.
All right, don't panic. Leave it to me. You've come to the right person. However, in order to lift the curse, we need a suitable location, and we need to make some preparations. Come with me, my trusty assistants. I'm going to need your help.
I guess I'll come too.
Help him make the preparations first. The incense exorcism, the one I taught you. When you're ready, come and find me. Once we've finished with this, we'll get back to the Big G matter.
Okay, I guess.
Right. Let's go.
So, what mysterious rituals are you gonna perform here?
No ritual at all. We just need to kill some time.
Eh?
Wait, You didn't take all that vengeful God's curse stuff seriously, did you? They were eradicated ages ago. You saw those two. One thinks he's been cursed, and the other one believes his friends turned into an evil spirit. It's hard to reason with them. Now you see why I believe that ordinary folks should be kept in the dark. I've seen too many people lose their senses on account of things like this. If you want to calm them down, you need to convince them with something tangible. And the best way to do that is to make a great show of destroying the boogeyman they believe in before their very eyes.
Sounds like that might work. If you were trying to cheer up a 3-year-old. You're onto something. After all, we're only afraid of what we don't know.
Because you can't guarantee that telling an ignorant person the truth will improve the situation instead of exacerbating it. What I can do is pretend to pull back anyone who believes their time is nigh. But since the curse is imaginary, our fix will also be make-believe.
Makes sense. But why would anyone believe that it's a curse?
Do you know the history of the Yaksha? They once fought against the ancient gods. They fought brilliantly in a battle that engulfed the whole world in darkness. Although the gods were defeated in the end, their resentment persevered. That resentment turned into a pestilence spreading amongst the ordinary folk. Hysteric people mistook it for the curse of the gods. The plague took the lives of many, which only furthered its spread, as the dead were a breeding ground for the disease. Then someone discovered how to prevent it from spreading, purify the air, and burn the bodies of the deceased. The pioneers of these practices were, you guessed it, the founders of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Paimon didn't see that coming. Really?
Yes. Anyway, it took many years, but eventually the plague was completely eradicated. We've dealt with similar phenomena multiple times throughout the ages. Each time we successfully restored the balance between life and death. To sum it up, we are gatekeepers, guarding the border for the sake of both the living and the dead. So when I say this curse is just a figment of the imagination, I say it with more certainty than most. But I also can't really go telling people that the ancient plagues were real, or it would incite panic. Anyway, let's wait a bit more and get ready for the show. This leyline monolith will make for a really great prop. Ah, you're finally here! We just finished our preparations. Now, look here. This device is used to drive away evil spirits. It'll absorb the curse inside you and cause it to take a physical form. But don't worry, the traveler here is a seasoned warrior and will assure our safety. Oh, right. I forgot to tell you. It'll be fine.
Will that really solve my problem?
Trust the director. She might look like a weirdo, but she's serious about everything she does.
How can you call me a weirdo? I mean, wouldn't you say it's more charmingly naive or disarmingly different? All right, let's get down to business. My glamorous assistant, please activate the device.
Okay, bring it on.
Is it really possible to materialize the curse?
You fucked up now. Come on, hit me.
I'm counting on you!
Let the show begin.
There we go. You been a bad boy.
Let the show begin.
Come on, hit me! And just like
How are
that,
you feeling? Did the curse leave your body?
Yes, I feel more invigorated than ever before. I'm cured. I can't express how grateful I am for your and the Traveler's help. If it hadn't been for you, the curse would have taken my life.
Great. In which case, I guess now I can tell you. Da-da-da-da-da-da. You've been pranked!
What?
This exorcism device, people like you wouldn't recognize it, but it's just an old ley line monolith deceptively effective at attracting monsters. And those were real monsters, not a manifestation of your curse. So riddle me this. If I didn't do anything to lift the curse, then what's the cause of your sudden recovery?
The curse wasn't real? Then why was I sick?
Well, you caught a cold, ate something bad, or just scared yourself sick. It's anyone's guess, but I'm leaning towards the last option. Wouldn't be the first time in my career.
How unexpected.
I also didn't expect that, but still, I'd like to thank you.
Don't mention it. I found a way to deal with your fears this time, but I can't do it over and over again, so I'd appreciate it if you try not to give in to superstitions in the future. Human life is short. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Wow, what a weird thing to say. I shall head back. I'm sorry for troubling you.
I feel relieved to see that it wasn't Big G's doing. However, unless he crosses the border, there will be no end to his antics. Since we are done with the matter at hand, can we resume our search for Big G?
I believe that won't be needed. He found us first.
Big G?
I didn't mean to bother you. Any of you.
This is Big G? He's just a child?
Oh, well, he is a spirit. It's quite normal that he looks just like he did when he left this world.
That's not what Paimon imagined when Paimon first heard the name Big G.
Let's bring him back to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. We have much to do.
alright, let's take care of Big G.
After all that's happened, Paimon's not even sure what's going on anymore.
Actually, I'm not surprised in the slightest. Remember what I said? There's only so many evil spirits in this world. It was a twist of fate that made him leave Wuwang Hill in the first place. Now, for some reason, he can't go back.
This explanation sounds a bit far-fetched to Paimon.
Actually, she pretty much summed it up.
Huh?
Don't ever question my professional instincts.
I just wanted to check up on my friends. That's why I came to Liyue Harbor. I promise I wasn't up to any mischief. I never wanted to scare anyone. A few days ago, some people came to Wuwang Hill on a dare. I heard them saying they'd come from Liyue Harbor, so I followed one of them back and ended up here.
It must have been poor Lo Chung that you followed. Maybe he didn't notice you, but he could still feel your presence. Now we know what caused his nightmares.
I was discovered?
Well, I
Yep.
assume so, otherwise he wouldn't have been scared half to death.
Yeah, Hu Tao and Meng were searching for you all over the place.
Oh, that's because I couldn't find them. It's my first time in Liyue Harbor, and I got lost in the city.
Now that you mention it, Big G always had a poor sense of direction. When we were kids, he'd never go down the hill by himself. We always had to lead him.
So, all of this was just because you got lost? Why didn't you just fly? Like any other ghost or spirit? Don't you think it's much easier to find your way from up above?
I can't. It's too high for me. I'd get scared.
That's right, yes! He used to be so afraid of heights that he wouldn't even so much as look down the hill. You haven't changed a bit.
I knew I wasn't supposed to show myself to the living, and with so many people walking around Liyue Harbor, my only choice was to hide. I wouldn't have found you if it weren't for the Leyline Monolith's call.
I'm so relieved that you haven't become an evil spirit.
Like I said, don't ever doubt my professional instincts. Now, all we have to do is escort this lost child back to Wuong Hill, and we should be done and dust to dusted.
But he just said he wanted to visit his friends. Apart from me, there's also Little Wu, Mumu, and Songza.
Well, if that's the case, we can't let him down. We'll ask them all to help us prepare a farewell ceremony for Big G. Mung and I will escort Big G back to Wuong Hill. You meet with those three and ask them for keepsakes to symbolize each one of them during the ritual, then come and find us.
They're all friends. Can't we just go there all together? Or maybe we can take Big G to them.
That's not a good idea. I don't want to scare them.
I wouldn't want ordinary folks to become superstitious. The less they know, the better. So be careful what you say when you collect the keepsakes.
Ah, shit.
Are we really gulping things low-key? We won't be giving anyone nightmares. Hi! Do you remember us?
Oh, you. Sorry, I won't be needing the funeral parlor's services anytime soon. Yes, we grew up together. We still keep in touch even now. I don't know why he started working for Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. To be honest, I find their director to be quite peculiar. But he must have had his reasons. He's on his own now, after all. And he still can't get over what happened to Big G. Did he tell you about it?
Yeah, he did. If you could pick one thing to give to Big G as a keepsake, what would you choose? Just, theoretically speaking. We're just being hypothetical here. Definitely not gonna actually go commemorate him or anything.
I'd cook something for him. Oh, he could eat spicy food like no other. His favorite meal was extra spicy Jueyun chili chicken. I can make it for you if you bring me some Jueyun chilies. I'm sure he'd appreciate the flavor of his childhood years. I still use that old recipe.
Deal! Just give us a minute.
More like 2 nanoseconds.
Jueyun chilies are a
common.
common sight in Liyue.
And I already got him, bud.
Great, this should be enough. I'll get started on the Jueyun chili chicken. I guess you've got other folks to track down? When everyone's ready, I'll get the dish over to you.
Great! See you later! How did he know about the others?
Not you again. I told you, I'm not interested in the inner workings of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Mung told us about you. You're good friends, right?
That's true, yes. Come to think of it, I remember he did join Wangsheng Funeral Parlor recently. It didn't take long for his good friends to figure out why. The Big G incident. But I know there's nothing we can say to help him get over it. Letting go of the past is a painful process. I would know. So, is Big G the reason you're here to see me?
How did you know? We didn't even say anything.
Don't worry, I'm a businessman. I won't go spilling your secrets. Everyone hears the name Moo Moo and thinks I must be dim-witted. I never heard the end of it when I set up shop. But I'd say I proved a few people wrong. Here, take this. It's a top-of-the-line toy box we all dreamed of owning as kids. Back then, none of us could afford it. We were penniless. Today, business is booming. I ended up buying loads of these. It was a dream come true.
Wow, you must be like super rich.
For me, it's a memento of a childhood long gone. Without it, we wouldn't be where we are today. So, having found me, I guess you'll be looking for Little Wu and Songza next.
We already saw Little Wu. Now we gotta find Songza.
I see. If it's Songza you're after, let's meet at the overpass at Feiyun Slope. It's just above the staircase leading down to the dock. I've got an errand to run. I'll come find you as soon as I'm done.
Huh? You're all here.
Reminiscing about old times, thinking back to past events. We've been at it for years.
Our hometown was completely destroyed in a disaster, so we've got nowhere to go back to. Now, home is wherever friends are.
They've just been telling me you're looking for keepsakes. I make artisan Sao lanterns down by Liyue Harbor. I guess they represent me better than anything. A few days ago, I bought some quality plastrite shards. They're currently all in the warehouse at the dock. I've already spoken to the manager. Could I ask you to retrieve them for me?
Seems like you already know what's going on. Be back in a jiffy.